Guys, Aaron Baker, and I'm in Crescent City, California. And if you don't remember that tsunami that happened, could be a couple of months now, in Japan, that earthquake, and the Fukushima nuclear power plant that is still leaking radiation. But if you remember, here in the United States, we did see damage, and it happened here in Crescent City, California, and this here harbor completely got destroyed. What you're seeing right behind me is a boat that is still sunk. You're just seeing the top mast, along with some CB antennas, and there is the white light, so you can see it at sea. And all of the docks in the whole harbor are completely destroyed, and you still have these pilings out here that are all knocked loose and are crooked now. And it's incredible what's going on here, because I asked around, asked some questions here. I got to talk to a fisherman who was actually out on the ocean when it happened. He said he didn't see any swells out there or anything, because it was just a underwater current, and then once it hits the land here, it's a strong surge and a tsunami. But anyhow, he said there was $44 million allocated by the federal government, and so far all they've seen here is the Coast Guard contracted some company to come in here and raise the boats. There was many sunken boats, and they were all the boats were washed up in the corner over here, and even the boats, many of the boats that even were raised re-sunk. And all that company did was come in here and do the environmental stuff and studies, got rid of all the oil in the boats and the gas, and raised them, and then left, and many of them re-sunk, as you're seeing here. This was a boat that was raised up and now has re-sunk. Who knows how many others here will re-sink again. And that company then ripped out all the docks that were left in the harbor here, all completely destroyed, and now nothing has happened. You know, I wish I could have interviewed him, put him on tape here, but I don't know if it would be YouTube worthy, as in of how angry, the anger at the government, what's happening here. And other good points the man made was, back in the 60s, I believe a similar event happened, and the town came together and rebuilt the port themselves. Now, the federal government, with this $44 million allocated, people have to bid on it, and a lot of times now even local companies won't even get those bids. It's going to be outsourced, like already this company that did the work here, and now just left the boat still sunk. So but all in all, this is the shape here in America. $44 million won't get you nothing, won't even rebuild a port, will only get you some environmental studies. Okay, after talking to the fisherman, what I felt was that there was strong disregard for the current governor of California, Jerry Brown, and that he wasn't doing everything he could, petitioning the federal government to get the correct funding and quickly allocated to the port, and to get the process moving along. And in Northern California, there's always been a push for a separatist, a state to be made under the Constitution. It is constitutional. And it's called the state of Jefferson, so that the local residents in Northern California would be more fairly represented. Many of them, I feel, and the one guy I was talking to even that day there, felt that he wasn't being properly represented.